Hi everyone, my name is Lauren and today I'll be making and reviewing BuzzFeed's Cake Mix Cookies tutorial to see if it works and turns out as good as in the video. So the ingredients you will need are a cake mix in various flavours, a baking tray and non-stick baking paper, a bowl and a spoon to mix with, chocolate chips and marshmallows, and most importantly oil and eggs. Small disclaimer, I halved the ingredients so I didn't end up drowning in cookies because I was making more than one batch. The first batch of cookies I made with vanilla chocolate chip. I used half a box of vanilla cake mix, 1 egg, 1/4 cup of oil, and then I added a lot of chocolate chips. Then using my hands, I rolled up the cookie dough into little balls and put it on the baking tray, which was lined with non-stick baking paper. And I put it in the oven for around about 14 minutes on gas mark 4. Taking them out of the oven, I'd say they looked pretty good. Definitely came out more like cookies than cake, even though we did use cake mix to make them. Unfortunately, one broke while putting it on the cooling tray, but it's fine, it will still taste the same at the end of the day. The next batch of cookies I was going to make was the red velvet ones with white chocolate chips. They look pretty delicious in the video, so I'm hoping mine will turn out as good. So to make these cookies, I emptied half a pack of cake mix, red velvet cake mix, into a bowl. I cracked an egg, I added the 1/4 cup of oil, and then I added a load of white chocolate chips, and then I stirred it until it became a cookie dough. I then rolled the mixture onto the baking tray like I did with the last set, ready to be baked. I might add that the mixture doesn't look as red as it does in the video, even though we used red velvet cake mix. I don't know why, it looks more like chocolate, to be honest. Then put them in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes. Mum nearly dropped them, bless her. But they turned out quite good. They were definitely more like cookies than the last ones. The last ones were more like soft. These were more like biscuits really. And they turned out pretty good. So the next batch I was going to copy off BuzzFeed were the lemon crinkle ones that look pretty nice. So I was going to try it out. Used half a box of cake mix, 1 egg, a 1/4 cup of oil. I didn't use any chocolate chips in this one because the lemon is quite a strong taste and it doesn't say it to on the video. And I noticed that the mixture was a lot more goopy than the rest. And when you put it on the tray, there wasn't a lot there. But when we put them in the oven, we actually had to take them out earlier than the rest of them because they started to burn. But it was just brown on the outside, like on the inside it was still nice. So it should taste nice, hopefully. The last batch of cookies I was going to make would be the s'mores cookies that I saw in the BuzzFeed video. To make these cookies, I added the chocolate cake mix and then added the egg, the oil, and I added marshmallows. On the video it says to add like ginger snaps, but I didn't do that because I forgot, but it still looked pretty similar. These, when I put on the baking tray, didn't look as nice as the rest of them, but there was more mixture for some reason, so we had more. And then I put them in the oven for 14 minutes on gas mark 4. When they came out, they looked quite nice, but because they had marshmallows in them, they were a bit funny to put on the tray, because the marshmallow obviously melted and made it quite soft. But once they were on the cooling tray and they hardened up a bit, they were a lot more like cookies. So now I'm going to review the cookies by tasting them. So first up we have the vanilla cookies, which I made first with chocolate chips, and these tasted like very nice. However, on some of them the texture inside was more like a cake than a cookie, so it was a lot more softer and fluffy, which I didn't think was very good, just because we're supposed to be making cookies, not cakes. But overall I gave it a 7 out of 10. Next up was the red velvet with white chocolate chips, and I thought that this cookie was the most cookie-like of all of them. It had like the most biscuit-like texture, and it tasted better than the vanilla. But it wasn't as red as it looked in the video. It looks more like a chocolate cookie than it does a red velvet cookie, but I thought it looked the best out of the ones I made, so I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. As you can see, my puppy Georgie was definitely interested in what I was doing. She definitely wanted some. She thought it smelled very good. Stay tuned for her taste testing them. The next batch I made were the lemon crinkle cookies. When we made these, they sort of started to burn, but it turned out that they just browned over the top, but were perfectly okay. They didn't taste at all burnt. But obviously they didn't look particularly nice just because they were a bit brown. They tasted nicely of lemon, like the taste of lemon wasn't too strong. It was like a nice taste, but I'm going to give them a 6 out of 10 just because they didn't look very nice. They looked a bit burnt. And then we have the s'mores chocolate cookies with marshmallows in, and these both tasted and looked good after they cooled down anyway. So I'm going to give these an 8 out of 10, which means that the red velvet white chocolate chip cookies are the winners. So yeah. So I decided to do a taste test with Georgie, my puppy, because she was so greedy and wanted some, and I felt bad. So here we have Georgie's taste test, and she goes for the red velvet first, which just proves that I'm right, and the red velvet definitely does taste the best. She then goes for the s'mores, then the vanilla, then the lemon. So yeah. So thank you for watching my video review on cake mix cookies by BuzzFeed. I would definitely recommend trying out this recipe. It was really fun to make and they tasted great. So yeah, thank you for watching.